your boy Noni Spitz, you know what I'm saying, one half of NoOne. It's your boy, the world famous Day One. Getting it real live up in here with the homie. Chuck Dizzle on homegrownradio.net. You already know how it is. Turn it out, bring some drink through, get everybody sauced up and turned out. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. West Sweat, y'all.
Yeah, LNS. Yeah. LNS Entertainment is a company me and Tajay started, and you know it's going real strong. All the placements, you'll see the name there and everything. You know, that's something that I'm trying to build and grow. You know what I mean? And it's just another outlet for me to push other artists through and get other artists out that I feel like are great at what they do. So, you know,
okay.
I mean, like it does feel very great, but at the same time, I feel like I'm nowhere near where I know I'm supposed to be in my career. Not meaning at this time, but I mean where I see myself going and where I'm headed to. So this is just only the beginning. So it is a very good. It is like a real good show of appreciation, and I'm very grateful, and you know it's a great feeling. But at the same time, I still know that I got so much more I got to do, and I'm ready for it. So. You know, I don't have nothing against what he said because that's how he feels. Right. And he has every right, you know what I mean? And he's earned that right to say whatever he feel about whoever's trying to carry on a legacy that he started, which is cool. That's cool. Right. To say, I don't feel these young cats and I ain't rolling with it and I ain't putting nobody on. That's fine for him to say that. But, I mean, he does do his thing as far as, like, helping Melee do his thing, and that's cool. But anything other than that, he's not trying to really reach out and do what he feels that he doesn't have to for an artist that he feels isn't worth it. Which, at the same time, like, you got to look at it both ways. It can either be him feeling like the artists aren't doing enough for him to you know what I mean, to even take that approach. Like, in all honesty, me getting a placement on Cube wasn't through me knowing Ice Cube and giving Ice Cube a record. It was actually through one of his homeboys, Sir Jinx, and it just went that way. So it's not to say that he don't work with younger cats. It's just that maybe they're not putting in the grind enough to get to him. Maybe that could be it, too.
This doesn't go against old or new. This is my words to anybody. If you not dope, whether you young or old, shut the fuck up. Wow. That's all I'm going to say.
Bang, bang.
If you old and you weak, shut up. If you new and you weak, shut the fuck up. And that's just bottom line, because it's too much talking going on between both parties. And I'm tired of the talking. So let's just put out music. And we gonna compete with music. If your music is hot, your music is hot. If your music ain't hot, it ain't hot. Because I'm tired of young niggas that can't make dope music trying to blame old niggas because they not popping. And then I'm tired of old niggas that's washed trying to blame new niggas because they not popping. So it goes both ways. If you popping, you popping. If you ain't popping, you ain't popping, nigga. That's just how it is. The message behind the Substance is just basically letting people know that we need to get back to the original aspect of making music, where your music has a meaning, definition, and it stands for something. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of cats just get in the studio and just do whatever, you know what I mean? And they're not focused on having a direction and really focused on touching somebody with their music. I think they just more concentrate on looking good. And you know what I'm saying? So we just really want to put a lot of emphasis on the music more than just personality and image, you know what I mean? Really, we touch about a lot of topics that everybody deal with on a day-to-day basis, but a lot of rappers don't talk about. Like we talked about, you know what I'm saying, cheating on our girl. We talk about, you know, having sex, like making love for the first time. We talk about, you know, making love. See, that's the difference.
He said.
But see, that's the thing. That's his thing. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, be real to what you do. Like, I don't have nothing. It ain't nothing wrong with making love, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm just that kind of dude. You feel me? So, we talked about. We talked about kicks. We talked about everything. You know what I mean? We talk about having the being blessed to have the talents to do music and all that.
I mean, we've been that way since we first really got into the game and learning the business. We've been independent since like when we first got into it. Like when we first got our first deal, we were like about 18, 19 years old. We were signed to an independent label, and then we learned so much that we just kept that same thrive and that same vibe and controlling our music and where it goes and who we get it out to. Like, I mean, sometimes always being on a major isn't always what it's cracked up to be.
Hell no.
I know a lot of you know, I deal with a lot of cats with deals and without. So I know a lot of cats that got deals that wish they were in our position. Names, you know, I ain't gonna say no names, but right. But truth to God,
the realness of it, I'm gonna keep it real. One of the reasons why we went independent is because when we first started really rapping, it wasn't the hipster movement wasn't around, and a lot of the hardcore lyrical niggas from the West wasn't around. So when we started, we was like the outcasts. We wasn't on that gangster shit. We wasn't doing none of that. So they looked at us like, okay, y'all cool, but y'all rapping like y'all from the East Coast. So on that point, we always felt like we had to take the independent route to really get our music out there to the people that we felt would appreciate it. So once we got that in our head, we never looked back. We always felt like we gonna do this on our own. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck a label. Then when we start getting paid and we looked at the calculations, looking at my check, I'm like, okay, well, these niggas that got deals, they giving out money to this dude, and this dude, but we doing our situation, we give like a small chunk to somebody and we keep the rest. I'm fucking with that. So
I mean, you know, the label was nothing but a huge bank with a lot of money to loan you until you can pay them back. Right. So yeah, you have more options and more resources because you can pay for a lot more things, but at the same time you're also paying back everything that you paid out. So
and you getting a bigger chunk deducted out of your bread though.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I mean, it's cool. I'm not knocking it. But you lose the control, though.
Your poison for the most part. Huh?
You basically lose the control. Like he said, I'm not gonna clown nobody that got a major deal, but when you got a major deal, you can't put your album out when you feel like it. You can't push a song that you want the people to hear. Everything has to go through a certain order, and certain motherfucker got to say yes or no and all that. I don't like dealing with that. I don't like a nigga telling me what to do, period. You know what I'm saying? So I like to just do what I want to do. So we do what we want to do. We put out what we want to put out, and we doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? And we do have a situation, but it's not an artist deal. It's basically we control everything. It's just they just licensing the music.
I think sometimes people are blinded by what they see something for what it's worth right now, but not what it could be worth later. So they jump at the first chance that they can get to get on. Or I mean, you know, sometimes it's the sometimes it's the slave mentality or the what can I call it? I'm trying to think of another way to say it, to where it's like you just see gold and jump.
Right.
But everything that glitters ain't gold. So you gotta kind of understand your value and your worth and what you want. And if you think a 360 deal is for you, and for those that don't understand what that means, it's like they like 360, you know, all the way around. They're gonna get money out of you all the way around, which means marketing. You make a pencil with your group name on it. They want to. They taking that. Yeah. You make a T-shirt. They taking that. You making CDs. They taking that. You making posters. You selling. They taking that. In any way that they can get you. You start acting in movies. They taking some of that. You start, you know, in any way that they can get you as far as being an artist, they want some of that. So if you feel like that's the deal for you, then you take that deal.
Being independent is not for everybody. It takes a certain kind of individual to be in this. You know what I mean? It's not for everybody. So if you're not content with yourself, because a lot of people might hit you that's in your family and be like, why your video ain't on BET? Why your song ain't on the radio? And you deal with that pressure and you feel like you ain't accomplishing nothing. But so you got to be real content with yourself and stick to your blueprint and understand that you are making moves, because a lot of the important moves in the industry are not seen. Right. And that's what people don't know.
Definitely.
You can have a nigga like we might walk in the room and people might be like, oh, them niggas ain't doing nothing. But it's a lot of artists in there that look like they doing something, ain't never received money for being an artist ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. How many niggas receive a publishing check? How many niggas receive residuals and royalties for they shit playing on commercials or TV shows or actually writing for somebody? So it's a lot of shit that gets done in the industry behind the doors that people don't see. And that's a lot of shit that we touch. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas need to focus on that too, instead of just saying they want to have a deal. Come to the Bandcamp, and then you will eventually find out where you can go purchase the album at. We still working out the whole, you know what I'm saying, situation with the label, so, you know what I'm saying?
But it shall be iTunes. You know,
iTunes, all the major, you know.
Yeah, all the major digital outlets are going to have it.
Make sure y'all go to YouTube and check out all our videos, Unfaithful, How It Is, and all that.
Y'all can check out Noni Stealing the Beer off the Store, all that. We have stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
Homegrown Radio.